I really realize how collaborative the region is and how important it is that we all are successful. Raleigh being a great city is awesome. It really helps the whole region. But Durham and Chapel Hill and Cary and other cities around here, as they continue to improve, it helps all of us. All of us work together to make everything great.
We are here in downtown Raleigh at the Marriott City Center Hotel, gearing up for the Greater Raleigh Chamber's 137th annual meeting. And y'all, this is a meeting where we celebrate bold leadership. We celebrate the teams that have brought all of this together and all of the people who are moving our region forward. Marking the time-honored tradition of the Chamber annual meeting, I have Shan Teel, Chair of the Board and Regional Executive Vice President at First Citizens Bank, who will pass the gavel to Kristen Hess, Chair-elect and Founder and CEO of HH Architecture. I am so excited to be joined by both guests here today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Amazing. Yes. How are you both today? Doing well?
Doing
Excited?
Great. Big
yes,
day.
A wonderful day.
Well, Shan, I'm going to kick it off with you. As you wrap up your time here as board chair, what stands out most to you as the past year leading the chamber?
You know, I think, Erica, the thing that stands out the most to me, and I kind of already knew this, was the fact of how great Raleigh is. It's just such a great place to live. And I think when you're here all the time, you can kind of take that for granted. But I travel a lot for work, and when people find out I'm from Raleigh, they want to talk about it. They want to ask me questions about it. They've heard great things about it. And in fact, several months ago, I was in San Diego, and it was actually a business trip, great place to go on a business trip, but I'm doing a city tour, downtown tour, and they are actually trying to do some of the things that Raleigh's already done, which is interesting, trying to catch up to us. But it was a beautiful day. It literally was a Chamber of Commerce day for San Diego. So beautiful weather, not a cloud in the sky, 70 degrees, neat area down there. It's near the water, got a baseball stadium, which we need. But the tour guide found out I was from Raleigh, and she ended up asking me more questions about Raleigh than I asked her about San Diego. And at one point, she said, "Do you work for the Chamber?" I said, "Yeah, I kind of do work for the Chamber." But she said she'd never been to Raleigh, always wanted to go to Raleigh. It was on her bucket list. And she said she had heard so many people talk about how great it was that she wanted to get there someday.
I love that. I travel a lot for work too, and whenever I tell people I'm from the Raleigh area, I've never heard anyone say like, oh, they're always just in awe of it. They tell me what great, weather we have, the greenways, everything. I love that.
Yeah.
So looking back, what were some of the biggest challenges or opportunities that you faced during your time?
I don't know if I personally faced many challenges because the Chamber is so great at putting you in the right position to be successful. But as I think about the Chamber, and I think about any organization that's as successful as they've been, I really think a big challenge is how do you continue to move forward with the right sense of urgency? You've done such a great job, and you've still got to have that sense of urgency to get things done, to take it to the next level. But at the same time, you've got to have patience because you don't want to grow just for growth's sake. We don't just want to say, oh, we're bigger, so that's better. We have so many great things going on. We need to make sure that we continue to, everything we do is moving us forward in a positive direction.
Powerful. And now you've been in this position for a long time, sir. What did you learn in this specific role that you will carry forward, both about leadership, our community, or the Chamber itself?
Yeah, a long time. I think she thinks I'm old. She's saying I'm old is what she's saying. But I've worked with the Chamber in some form or fashion for over 30 years. It's been great. I've enjoyed that. But I think the thing that I really recognized this year is just the depth of leadership that we have in Raleigh. And we've got a great high-level executive leadership in Raleigh is awesome. They've done a great job for us. I think the results we had with Edge 7 this year show that. They really drive that for us. But I had a chance to speak to the Young Professional Network several months ago, and I was really impressed with them. They had great questions, very engaging, and they asked stuff like, how can I advance my career? How can I move ahead? Those type of things. But at the same time, they wanted to know how they could get involved in the community. They love Raleigh, and they wanted to figure out how to make Raleigh a better place. So I look at them, they're just starting out in their career. They're already trying to do things to help make Raleigh better. And then we've got this group of executive leaders that have been here, and they've kind of built Raleigh. And then in between, you've got things like Leadership Raleigh that we've done, 2 Leadership Raleigh classes that we graduated this year. and just all the way through. It makes me feel very confident about how Raleigh's going to be today, tomorrow, and the future. It's going to be great.
Incredible. Now listen, I'm not saying you're old.
You
but
said
I'm
I was old. You said I
saying
was
that there
old.
are probably some members of the chamber who are as old as long as you've worked there.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
That's incredible. Oh my goodness. Well, how did working closely with the chamber members and different business leaders shape your perspective on the region?
It did a good bit, actually. I've been in the region for 40 years or so. Old again. But I've been very Raleigh centric. I've been in Raleigh virtually the whole time. And so having a chance to work in this role at the chamber, I really realize how collaborative the region is and how important it is that we all are successful. Raleigh being a great city is awesome. It really helps the whole region. But Durham and Chapel Hill and Cary and other cities around here, as they continue to improve, it helps all of us. All of us work together to make everything great.
Incredible. Awesome. And thank you so much. I'm going to turn it to Kristen as we step into this new era. Oh my gosh, what excites you the most about stepping into this role and the opportunity to lead at such an important time?
I would say the most exciting thing to me is the opportunity to give back. So I built my business 20 years ago from nothing in this community. And the chamber and so many members of the chamber have been so gracious to me, helpful to me. And I think it's my turn to give back and serve. And so what excites me is that I'm in a position to do that now because my business is doing well. I'm not a sole owner anymore. I have an awesome team. And so it feels really good to be able to plug in and engage at a bigger level, at a community, at a regional level. So I'm excited.
I love that. And I know I'm interested, and so is everybody else. What are your top priorities as you begin this term as chair?
Well, I think it has to be infrastructure. I'm an architect, so I can't help but think about that. Also, education. I'm a huge education advocate. Workforce. We continue this awesome growth, and we just need to have more and more skilled, wonderful workers who are excited to stay and don't want to leave. So I think those are the top three.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know all of those are so incredibly important and top of mind for so many people here. How do you see the chamber's role in supporting businesses, especially those that are small to mid-size, in the year ahead?
Yeah, well, small business is my heart. But what I love is, and the chamber's biggest role is connection. So if we're bringing our small businesses in with our medium and our large, and we're all feeling as though we are peer mentors, nobody's better. We need all of us. And so if we're all working together, then it's going to be a success.
Amazing, amazing. And I love the theme for the Chamber's conference this year, visionary leadership. What does this phrase mean to you personally? And then how do you see it coming to life within the chamber under your leadership? And I would love for both of you to answer, but we'll start with you, Kristen.
Okay. I think visionary leadership starts with inspiration. People need to get excited about something. They need to feel a part of something. They have to want to get on board. And if we're going to be mission focused and success driven, we all have to work together. So I think that if you're a true visionary, you are working sometimes in maybe less glamorous roles to make sure that everybody is feeling a part of.
Oh my gosh, amazing perspective. Shan?
When I think of visionaries, I think of someone that's really, they're looking into the future, obviously. But I think the chamber does such a great job of they're great at coming up with a plan. Mm-hmm. They're great at execution, and they're great at thinking, having forward thinking of what we're going to do next. So it's not just about we're going to do this, but this is going to lead to this. Adrienne is great at that. She's always thinking a step ahead. She's a great visionary, and I think she drives that, and kind of her attitude around that permeates everybody else in the chamber.
I love that. Visionaries just have so many amazing ideas swirling up inside their head. It's like if we could just capture them all. And then, Shan, I'm going to ask you, why do you believe that the chamber's work is so critical for growth and success of the Triangle region? Because
they're the catalyst. Somebody has to go make things happen. So many people can come up with great ideas, and I think having a plan, really important. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. and so a lot of people have a plan, but when it comes to the heavy work that has to be done, they're not willing to do it. Chamber can step in. They're willing to do that. They go execute on the plan. They bring people together that can make things happen. they're the catalyst. They drive everything that's happening.
Incredible. Kristen, your perspective?
It's just all about connection. It is absolutely all about connection. We have businesses, nonprofits, education entities, government, all of us working together. And I think that it feels really good to be in an ecosystem, in a community where we are all able to call on one another to drive initiatives forward. There's just not anybody in the chamber that I don't think that one of us could call and say, hey, I need your help with something. And they wouldn't say, well, of course, we would be happy to. And if you don't, and your word catalyst is the perfect word for it. But I think if we didn't have the chamber as the glue, no one sector or entity or organization could really drive it like the chamber.
I love it. And I love this partnership, even right here, right? We're talking about a lot of planning is what I hear from you and a lot about connection from you. And I think those are both two very powerful things for the community. So, Kristen, can you share a moment or an initiative that really illustrates the Chamber's impact, either during Shan's year as chair or in the opportunities that maybe you're eager to pursue?
I don't know if I can find just one. I think that we have advanced a lot of transportation initiatives, which I'm excited about. We have gone to other cities, just like your anecdote at the beginning about visiting other places. When we go as a chamber on the inner city visit, and we are a cohort of 175 people descending on another city, we are so eager and interested to learn all about that place and reflect on our own place and see how we're doing, how we're measuring up, what we could do better. Sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, we're so grateful.
Yeah.
For what we have.
Absolutely.
So these are, it's a series of a continuum in building. So those are some things that I'm excited about.
Continued excellence, that's what builds trust in the community as well. Mm-hmm. Shan, I'd love to hear if there's any specific moments of impact that really impressed upon your heart as well.
I've kind of got a backroom one, if you will. So that leads to a lot of things. Because I think, Kristen, there's so many different things. It's hard to pick just one.
Yeah.
But there's, I talked about earlier about the collaboration throughout the region. And I think one of the things that really has led to that is an initiative that Adrian started several years ago. And as a chair, I was lucky enough to be able to attend it for 1 year. So I don't get to go anymore, unfortunately. But she brings public and private leaders together once a month. And everybody gets a few minutes to talk about what they're working on, what their initiatives are, their goals, their challenges. And when that's done, anybody can chime in and offer suggestions or ways to help. And I think the great thing about that, there's a lot of collaboration going on then, but I'm sure it goes outside of that meeting room. People have built relationships inside that room. If they need help with something, they can pick up the phone and call somebody that's in there, and they're going to be willing to help. Like you said, everybody's willing to help each other. But I think a lot of it stems from that initiative that Adrian started.
Incredible.
I really agree.
Incredible. Now, I'd love to hear, as we pass the gavel today, what piece of advice do you have for Kristen as she steps into this role? And you don't have to keep it to just one. If you have two or three.
I got a couple that I would say.
Okay, let's go.
I'm ready.
One, the great thing about being as the chair is everybody really does everything they can and works hard to set you up for success. So take advantage of that. Don't feel like you've got to do it all yourself, whether it's the staff, executive committee, Adrian, me. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I reached out to Gary Green early on and said, what did I do with this? So don't hesitate. Just to depend on those people.
Oh, I'm calling you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The other thing, though, is to have fun.
Okay.
I just think you look at your calendar and all the things that you've got to get done the next year, and it is daunting. I get that. But it goes really fast, and it's really cool to have the opportunity to have a big say in what's going on in a place you love. And so just have a good time with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen, how do you hope to leave your mark at the end of this term? And what do you want members to look back on and say about your leadership?
Well, I hope they'll remember my enthusiasm. I hope they'll remember my just unbridled excitement for connection. I hope that we'll grow in membership and in engagement. I hope they'll say, she made me want to get on board, or she made me want to be a part of, or she made me feel a part of. That would be meaningful to me. Yeah, I think we're going to continue to accomplish great things, no matter who is the chair, because we have such a great chamber. We just cultivate that in all our leaders. But that would be my hope for my term.
I love that. And then this is for both of you. What makes you proudest to be part of the Greater Raleigh Chamber at this moment in time? And Kristen, I'll start with you.
I'm proudest to be connected to the leaders in my community. I feel so much pride about who we are as a community and the fact that I can call on any one of those people, see them at the gym, see them at a game, see them in the grocery store, whatever, and know that we're on the same team. It's a great feeling, honestly.
Amazing. Shan?
I'd kind of tag onto that team aspect that you're talking about, because I'm just proud to be considered part of the chamber team.
Yes.
Because of the way they go about and do their business. I mean, they're not looking for accolades, though they deserve them, but they just day to day, they are dedicated and committed to doing the right thing to help raise the bar in Raleigh. And they do a tremendous job. They don't get enough credit, in my opinion, but they do a tremendous job. And so I'm just glad to be part of that.
Wonderful. I'm glad to be a part of it as well. And I'm hearing connection, collaboration, partnerships, and visionary leadership. And what a better way to start and pass the gavel over. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank
you, Erica.
So much for listening to the Greater Raleigh Chamber's In Good Company. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast.
For today's Mimi's Member Moment, we're taking you inside the Greater Raleigh Chamber's 137th annual meeting, where we caught up with chamber members to hear their thoughts before this year's event. Let's dive in and listen to what they had to say. At the event, Jason Gillikin of Walk West spoke with Terry Parker of Bank of America, Dan Cahill of Pointer Sproul, Jenny Gardner of Coldwell Banker, Howard, Perry, and Walston, Craig Weimer of Veterans Bridge Home, Francie Gottigan of the North Carolina Football Club, and Greg Winkler of Carr, Riggs, and Ingram.
All right, so Terry, how has the Raleigh Chamber impacted your business or your professional journey?
I moved here about 5 years ago from Hampton Roads and immediately got involved with the Young Professional Network. From there, several doors opened up with different organizations and advisory, but also for the business space has created contacts and connections that I call great resources to my business today as a banker.
So Terry, what are you excited about for 2026?
2026, I think we have a lot that is coming up with development. I think we've had some really good announcements, so hopefully we keep seeing momentum from those. Also, just kind of keep seeing this business community growing and from different implants that move here. I'm also one of those that are not originally from Raleigh and keep bringing great ideas to this area and keep seeing business success, keep seeing number one place for business. So I'm looking for that for another year in a row. So,
all right, awesome, thank you.
So, appreciate it, thank you.
Dan, how has the Raleigh Chamber impacted your business or your professional journey?
Well, the Chamber has been the place where I made all of my friends in the business community, the closest relationships, and I've been on a 9-year journey with them through various leadership positions, and it's something I will cherish forever.
Well, how has it changed over the past 9 years for you?
Well, my role's changed, of course, but the longer I'm involved, the more I see the value and the reach that the Chamber has in the community. The Raleigh Chamber is very unique. It is involved in the key things that are going on in this community, from economic development, supporting small businesses, diversity, equity, and inclusivity. I mean, they're in all the places where we need to be as a business community.
It's amazing. And tell us what your business does.
We're a law firm based in Raleigh, 4 offices throughout North Carolina with about 95 lawyers.
Wow, okay. I imagine it's grown since you joined 9 years ago.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much.
You bet.
Jenny, how has joining the Chamber impacted your business or your professional journey?
Oh, it's been unbelievable and amazing. I was introduced to the Chamber. I've known it for years, but really got involved within the past 5 years from my predecessor. And just the amount of people and the companies and the networking and the community within the Chamber, they're just such a valuable resource.
What do you do for networking within the Chamber? You go to all the events? Like, what do you
Everything.
do? Yeah.
Pretty much whenever I see something come up with Wake County Economic Development, with the Chamber of Commerce, with events like this, they're just so impactful. And it's not just the people, but it's the content and everything around it.
Okay, so tougher question. 2026, what are we going to see in real estate?
Ooh, that's like if I had this crystal ball, which you hear all the time with anybody in real estate, hoping for lower rates. There's a bit of a shift right now, so we're going to see it's a kind of a crazy market, but we're hoping for a much better turn this year coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jenny, thank you. Enjoy the event.
All right, thanks. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Craig, how has the Raleigh Chamber impacted your business or your professional journey?
I think most recently, being invited to moderate one of the panels with the Perspectives Conference was an incredible experience. Got to connect with other professionals who want to support veterans in the Triangle and support different groups at companies that are focused on support for their employees. Definitely increased my network from participating in that event and have some engaging conversations about what's going on in the Triangle.
So what advice can you give for somebody that's just joining the Chamber about how to best leverage the Chamber?
I think the orientation was incredible when we joined as new members. There's definitely a lot of different groups within the Chamber to get involved with. I think more than any other chamber I've seen, and I've lived all over the country. So there's a young professionals group. There's opportunities with Leadership Raleigh. There's something for everyone, small business, large business. So good menu of options.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're at the Raleigh Chamber. How has the Raleigh Chamber impacted you professionally?
Me, on a personal level, I joined the Chamber's board 2 or 3 years ago now. And for somebody who lives in Durham and is still relatively new to the area overall, not just not just Raleigh, but I've met more people through being part of the Chamber and just coming to a lot of the events. And it's critical for our business to be able to have those business relationships, to be able to help grow the courage and to be ingrained in the community that much more. So on a personal level, it's been an incredible way for me to network with people and just get to build great relationships and great friendships too.
Yeah, that's awesome. If somebody were to just join the Chamber, any advice that you can give on how to leverage the Chamber?
I'd say go to the events. I know some people are less introverted or less extroverted. Some are more introverted, but just be outgoing. Everybody here is so friendly. This community in general just really wants to support one another. And that's what I found about everybody who's part of the Chamber. You come to these events and everybody just wants to talk to you and get to know you and help you any way you can. And it's building those relationships that really make the Chamber so special.
That's perfect. Thank you, Francie.
Yeah.
So we're at the Raleigh Chamber. How has the Raleigh Chamber impacted your business or your professional journey?
It's definitely improved my professional journey because it's been one that I came to Raleigh about 14 years ago. And when I came here, this was the only place everybody said you got to go to connect to. And it's been awesome to have really lots of friends and business connections that have been here. So it's made my life better, both personally and professionally, quite frankly. So I think anybody who's new to the community or not part of the Raleigh Chamber needs to join now.
Yeah. And you were on the board before? Or
I was on the board and then a past board chair as well back in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been invested.
I have.
For somebody that has just joined the Chamber, what advice can you give them?
Be open, be friendly, go to events, plug in, and just kind of find your lane and give to others.
Awesome.
And it'll come back.
Thank you. Greg, I hear the bell for lunch.
All right.
Let's go
eat.
All right.
Thanks for listening to In Good Company with the Greater Raleigh Chamber. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. If you enjoyed today's show, please leave us a 5-star review and share it with your network. Keep tuning in for more insights on the Chamber's programs, events, and members, and visit raleighchamber.org for info and to register for the Chamber's upcoming events.